how I'm coloring backgrounds. This one I've just quickly started. My kids are playing nicely up there, so I'm not going to do a big fuss with the backgrounds. I thought it's something I could show you quickly. This cute image, isn't she adorable, is von Krista Smith. I'm going to link in my blog posting where you can find this image. I thought it's so cute. I knew I wanted to have the petticoat in pink, and I started the face and the hair, and then I went to my paper box and looked for papers, and I decided to go with this, my Mind's Eye paper. I think it's gonna be cute with the yellows and the blues. So speaking of blues, here's where it came that I thought I'm gonna tape this today. Actually, the paper that I'm using for the image. So I'm getting really the right results, and I scribble some of the blues on the paper, and then I'm using the gum soil. For backgrounds, I like to use the big blending stumps, 7/16 China. I don't have the Taiwan. I heard that they are the best. And then in this little baby food jar, I put a cut up sponge, a kitchen sponge, and it's just going to make it so much easier to pick up some of the Gamsol. And here I'm just going to test how the colors would turn out, what matches the best in the paper. Alright, and I really like this one, so I'm checking. Can you see that? Okay. Well, now here's the thing. I like this one. This color matches the best, this color. But this one, if you go a little darker, it does show really nice on your photos and therefore on your blogs. It does, and you can blend it out a little better, so it is not that aggressive or dark, but it does take a lot of work and maybe a little bit more skills, I would say. I'm not quite sure how to explain this. Now this one I just scribbled on a paper to show you. This one is pretty much, you can't do anything wrong. I like this a lot. That's how I started with the Prismacolors. It's called Slate Gray. So and you definitely want to have this color. It works well if you want to add shadows and like inside your image or just the halo around it. Okay, so now which one? No, this one has too much gray. This is turquoise, muted turquoise. I think it was this one that I'm going to use. Yeah. Okay, I'm going for PC 919, and it's called, okay, I don't speak French, Bleu. I'm not saying that word. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so I never go all the way around with my color and without around this to set it off. Just go with your pencil in some of the corners. So I like a little bit more shadow here, and I don't know if it shows, I'm zooming in. Okay, so I'm actually pressing quite hard down, so I'm getting a lot of that pigment on my paper. So here, and then I'm thinking I want to go with the blue a little bit more in here, pull the color a little bit more towards the center to give that also color. Okay, here. Actually, I just do this. I'm not thinking, oh, where would come the light? Where's my light source and all that stuff? Not with this. Just going. And okay, light source, because I'm thinking, okay, on this skirt, it's more color. do not connect all the lines, because what we're going to do is we're using the blending stump and we pull that color from here to here, and just, it's going to look nice. I have one card on my blog. I might pull that link if I'm not going to get to it to show you on this image. If you have an image that has like a lot of movement in, like with wind, or now when the winter time is coming, maybe with snowflakes, you can do a little swirl out and then just blend that out. It looks really nice. And don't worry, don't think that you have to do all those, just, I don't know the English word, like go along with the pencil tip around the given lines. Don't feel like you have to do that. The good thing with this is that you always can come back in later. Actually, I'm thinking to show you how I'm doing this. I plan to do first the tutorial with just one color, but the Prismacolors, actually when you get a little more confidence in it, you can easily layer several colors above each other. I've done yellow and another color, oh yeah, black on that Halloween card. You gotta be careful because you want to know about the colors, because they, of course, if they mix, they create another one. You can end up with mud pie or something like this, but you can always test on a piece of scrap paper. Okay, you want to make sure your blending stump is very clean. I'm using for my husband's area a little piece of sandpaper from Home Depot. Okay, looking if my picture's still in there. Yeah. This doesn't show. And then my blending stump at this point is actually fairly well saturated with Gamsol. And then I think I'm not pressing too hard, and I'm going into that corner, and as you can tell, I'm using circular motions to blend my color. And then I went up, and as you can see, it's not quite connected here, but that's gonna make that nice effect. Moving it up here, and then since my tip of the blending stump is getting cleaner too, I'm using that color to fill in that space. Okay, now I can tell that my stump needs a little bit more Gamsol. It's kind of dry. Carefully blending around here. Here I don't want the color all the way pulled out. As you can, I'm just rubbing it in that area I like to have it. Now, if you ask me if airbrushing with the Copic machine, what I think about that, actually I think an image colored with the Prismacolor pencils and doing the background like this takes a lot more time than even if you think of stamping an image on a post-it note or the other cover tapes, and then you have to clip it out and then go with the airbrush machine. But I still think this takes a little bit more effort, and it does look much nicer, especially if you going in later and try other things out, like different colors, or going back in and let's try, that should be fancy, let's try True Blue with that one. That sounds fun. True Blue. Add some True Blue, a little darker. You can also use, if something would be too bright or you just want to make it a little bit more, is grungy the right word? Like, you could go with gray in. That would look cool too with that, especially with this image. But since my paper broke all the way around. And as you go forward with it, you can always add some more and go in and blend again. Or use a smaller tip of your stump. Okay, I'm back. I gave my order, my dinner order. Thanks, babe. So that's pretty much it with one color. Yeah, and here is it's really small, that space, so I'm going to use a smaller tip because I sometimes feel like the Copics won't blend otherwise if I went with that Gamsol before in an area that has not been colored. Usually I wouldn't do it this. Usually I'm not working this way. Usually my image is already fully colored in, and then I'm doing the background. Like I said, it was just something that I quickly decided to do. Happy girly colors. I don't want to go that way. I'm going to keep it happy. Because, Heidi, if you're watching this, I thought that would be a nice card. But of course I'm going to give you something else to choose from. Here, scribbled off. You might notice that I'm having my craft. Somebody left a comment on my blog the other day. Why, Mo? You and your little craft syntax with sentiments on. I made me smile. Yeah, I like them, and it's hard to get out of the shell, I guess. But as you can tell, I'm not only liking the craft for my sentiments, I'm liking it also as over my what is that called? Craft Schneidematte. I'm saying it in German. So I just hate if those mats have a color. It distracts me totally. I need something neutral to color on. So I always use my paper for when I color. Crazy. Oops. Okay, here comes I needed one with a smaller tip, but that one is sturdy. You really want to be careful. Cannot be anything on, otherwise you're gonna ruin your image. Okay, I just wanna look quickly. What is Poppy? Okay, here, yeah, I wanted to tell you. So I found this image actually. I was browsing on Etsy the other day when I was listing some of my stuff there, and I found Krista Smith from Saturated Canary, and oh my gosh, I love these images. I bought like 4 of them, so brace yourself, it's not gonna be all in the next few days. The other companies or cards that I'm usually making. I like these. I think they're so fun, and really, like you can tell, I haven't even colored a lot yet. Just the skirt and the face and the hair, but you're gonna like them. Lots of space to add with the highlights and shades. Okay, I went a little far in the area where the cheeks are. What I used to color that background was, let's say numbers, PC 919 and PC 903 True Blue. See ya. Thank you, and stay tuned. I'm planning to add a few more tutorials or videotapes how I'm doing my backgrounds. Thanks for all your lovely comments. Bye.